All right, so I'm going to show you today how to remove the stock air filter from the Toyota Tacoma. Mine is a 2017. And then I'm going to install the cold air intake from Spectre. Before you do that, you have to disconnect the negative terminal. Otherwise, the computer, the auto computer, the car computer, or the truck computer won't recognize the air filter. So I didn't do that, and I got a check engine light. I already did it, but I'm going to show you how to do it. But yes, disconnect the negative terminal and then reconnect it, and you shouldn't get a check engine light. I'm going to do that now. It's a 10 millimeter with a 10 millimeter. So don't forget, take that off first. Okay. All right, on today's video, I'm going to replace the stock air filter with a cold air intake. I bought a kit online from Spectre. Not super expensive, like $260. They're all pretty much the same. It's just a filter with a pipe just going to here. So there's not much to it. So no need to spend $400 or $500 on these things. Let me show you the box. All right, so that's where it comes. It has instructions and all the stuff you need to attach it to the, replace the factory. It's not difficult. I've done them before on my other Tacomas, from my other Tacoma. So it's pretty easy. Just a couple of connections and that's it. I think the more difficult part is taking the original factory one out. But it's got the instructions. It's got the pipe that goes over to it. Okay. It's got one of the couple of connectors here. This is for the that's for the box. Some connections here, hose clamps. This is the filter in here, and this is the box. All right. So that's what you get. Let me just open up the box for the filter. Yeah, there's the filter, and this ring goes in here this way and attaches to the pipe. So that's pretty much it. That's all it brings. This is the box, which I'll put in there once I take the other one out. Okay, let me go take the other one out. So the first thing to do is just pop this guy out. This just pops out, and that's it. It just comes off. And I'm going to put it down, so that's what you see. And that's where it goes connected. Now I just got to disconnect some of these connections here. I got to disconnect this, and I got to disconnect this. Obviously this, I got to take that off. I'll open it up. So let me take the cover off, and then disconnect it from here. Okay, and disconnect this and this, and I gotta disconnect this. I think, I'm not sure. I gotta look under there. All right, let me just take that off. All right, so I just disconnected this one here. I just put the screwdriver in there and just lifted it up and got that out of there. All right, I'll disconnect this in a couple of seconds, but then over here, you got a couple of zip ties. You got a zip tie here and a zip tie down here. I'll cut those off. There's a zip tie right there at the end of the screwdriver. Cut that and cut that. And then instead of taking this, I don't think I need this, but I can always tie it back on with a zip tie. That's not a big deal. So let me cut those two zip ties, and then I'll disconnect this other piece. All right, so it's just one zip tie, I just noticed, and then it's tape. So I just got to cut the tape off and cut the tape off over here. All right, it's just a little bit of tape. That's easy. I just got a blade and cut that tape off, and I can release this hose. All right, so it's just a little bit of tape. Just cut the tape off there and cut it off over here, and I released it. Now I just gotta pinch this. Let me see, let me figure it out, because I think you have to press it here and pull, but I gotta figure it out. Let me just do it with two hands. All right, so it doesn't look like I have to disconnect it from here, because I gotta take this whole little piece here. There's a couple of screws here that I have to take out, and this whole thing comes out, and then I attach that to the other pipe. So I'm going to disconnect this first, take this hose clamp off, and take this hose clamp off over here, and then disconnect this, and I can take out this whole piece. Let me get the socket and do that. All right, so it came all apart. This is out. You don't really have to take this one out. It's all connected. It's all one piece, but it's easier to handle, and I can put it away in a smaller box. So this is all out. See, this hose was easy. Just pinch this, and then that pulls out. Okay, now I'm going to take this piece off of here, because this goes attached, the whole thing goes attached to the other pipe. So that's it. That's how you take this out. That's all the pieces. All right, so that's what this looks like on the other side. Okay, I just got to get a screwdriver and take this off. These two, you don't have to disconnect this unless you want to, but it's a pain in the butt to disconnect these, and you have to disconnect it again. So just get a screwdriver, take these two screws off, and this comes out, and then I got to take off the big box in there. So let me get a screwdriver and take that off. Okay, so that's what it looks like when you take out the two screws. It just comes out of there, and that's what you leave there. You don't have to disconnect it. So that means I can take this out and put it aside, and then I'm going to take this out. All right, so now I got to take these two bolts that are here, just take these out, and this whole box should come out of here. And I got to loosen one of these screws over here at the power steering fluid, which holds the other basket in, but I'm not sure about that. I'll look at the instructions. But right now, got to take these two out, and the basket should come out. I forgot there's one more screw right down here on the side that you got to take off. All right, it's a 13 millimeter socket, so it's three of them that have to come out. Took the other two out, and now I got to take that one out. Yep, and there it is. It comes right out. There's nothing attached here at the end. It just comes right out. All right, I'm gonna put that aside, and then we'll get started installing the other one. Oh, I took it out, but it was a pain in the butt to get out. What you gotta do is just put a small screwdriver under here, this little tab right here, and lift it up, and then it'll pop out. All right, because that tab is held on by the little lip there. Okay, it took me a while. I didn't want to break that little tab, but just put a screwdriver under here or something, under that, and lift it, and it should pop out. Now I can attach it to the other pipe. All right, so I attached it to the the new pipe with the two screws. It only goes on one way, so you can't flip it over. And then once I attach all this, then I'll just got to plug it in. Okay. So let me go and get the rest of the stuff done. All right, so I got to remove this bolt from here because this is going to hold the box down, the new box down. So I got to remove this guy. All right. So that's, not sure what size that is. Probably a 13, but I don't think so. No, it's not a 13. Probably another 10. All right, so I took it out. It's a, like I said, it's a 10, or I thought it was, and it is. It's a 10, comes out, and then I gotta put it aside, and that'll hold the other box down. All right, let's go prepare the box a little bit more. Okay, according to the instructions, you gotta get this, get one of the hose clamps. They send you a whole bunch of them. What's that, 3, 4 of them. So this is gonna go in here. Okay, so I gotta take the, I'll take the hose clamp off. And then this goes, actually no, this goes in here like this. Okay, you see? You see, that's how the box is. Put it upside down there. And that goes in there. And then this goes attached to this. Let me do that, and we can tighten that up. And it's an 8mm socket for these guys. Let me do that. All right, so that's how it goes on. That piece goes inside, and then I'll tighten this up. I want to flip it around because this is the bottom of the housing. So I'm going to flip it around to tighten this guy up. Okay, so tighten it up there. All right, so I got the rubber attached to it. One word of caution, because I started on this side, okay, but you're better off, you need to start on this side where this is at. Otherwise, if you start on the other side, it's going to extend over. You don't want to cut it. So start here, go all the way around, and then you wind up with a little bit extra there, and it works better. So start over here. Just got to pinch it in, and that's it. Pretty easy. Now let's go put it on the truck and put the bolts on. All right, so that's where the box goes. Okay, and then I got to put that screw on there, the small one, and then 1 and 2 there. And guess it doesn't get 3, it just gets 2. There's not one on the other side, or is there? Nope, nothing on the other side. So yeah, so it's just those 2, and then that one there with the power steering fluid. Let's put those on. Okay, so there it is, with the 2 bolts inside, and then the one for the steering fluid bracket there. So they're all attached, and then I gotta connect it now to this side. Let me get that. Okay, now I gotta install the coupler onto the throttle. Excuse me. And there's a so you got 2 size hose clamps. This is the smaller one, that's the larger one. Larger one goes in here because this, as you see, it's this is smaller than this. So that's what the smaller one's for. So let me put those on and attach it onto the truck. All right, so I got the pipe in. A little bit of a struggle to get that in there. These are loose. I didn't tighten these yet. So when you do it, don't tighten these until you get that pipe in. Okay, so what I did was I put it in this side first and pushed it as much as I could and kind of squeezed it into here, because it doesn't really just, it's not short, it's a tight fit. Okay, so keep this guy loose and put it over here at the end, and then just kind of put it, if you got some lubricant on, put it on the rubber. I didn't, so it went in there, and I got to tighten the clamps, but it was a little bit of a struggle. So just push it that way and then and squeeze it into here and pop it into here. Now I just got to tighten the all the hose clamps. Okay. All right, so what I didn't explain when I said to installing the pipe is this adapter here, okay, has to be on the pipe. Okay, put it on the pipe first and then push this side into there, obviously when the hose clamp is loose, and then you'll be able to put everything into this side. But you got to put this adapter onto the pipe first and then kind of squeeze it in, because it's really like it'll move. See, it's moving now, but that's the best way to do it. Don't put this on here first. Okay, put this on the pipe and then push it over, and then when you squeeze it, it'll all go in. Hopefully that explains it. Now I'm going to tighten all the clamps up. I already put this piece in. Okay, this hose with the clamp. I just tighten up the clamps. Okay, so that's it. All you gotta do is put the filter in to the collar that was in there. Tighten up this hose clamp, and it's done. That's it. It looks pretty nice. At least it has a little shine to it instead of the black pipes that most of them come with, unless you pay $500. So I think it's like brushed aluminum or something. Pretty sure it's aluminum. It's not chromed, but it looks kind of nice. It's got the sensor in and the breather, whatever you call that, and that's the filter. And then I'll try it on and see how it sounds. I'll do that next. So this is what it sounds like without the cold air intake. And once I install it, then we'll see if there's a difference. I'm going to rev it up a little bit. So that's without the cold air intake. So this is with the cold air intake. Not much of a difference. So cold air intake to me doesn't make a difference in the sound at all. I'm going to rev it up a little bit. Not a difference at all. No, it doesn't affect it at all. So here it is, the final installation. Put the cover back on. There it is. Looks pretty nice. Pretty easy install. And as you can tell by the exhaust video, doesn't change the sound at all. So some people say it does, but it didn't. But looks pretty nice, pretty easy. So that's it. Thanks for watching.